Do you think people can hear that noise? Hey, look, aloha, MJ, look at you. Aloha, everybody. I'm Primo Chemo, and this is eBay Reseller News Now, with all the greatest news that you never needed to hear, but now you got. That's not my saying, but I'm trying to come up with some good sayings. MJ is here. Aloha, MJ. Wait, did you change your name from MJ to MJ? Over our heads. Hello, hello. Welcome to the chat. This is a very important chat. This might be my most important chat that I've ever done. So I'll wait for a few minutes for people to be in here. I'm saying that not most of my chats. I'm not revealing anything super important. So I am saying this is the most important thing that I've ever. But you could assume that I haven't said many important things. So being the most important isn't saying that much. But this is important, actually. So I'm going to wait for a few minutes and... Aloha! Hey, friends in the house! Is Maria next to you watching? You guys are cuddled up with some hot chocolate, some cocoa. Watching over here. I feel like I haven't seen Jeffrey Hayfro Cells in like a week. I haven't talked to him. He's just like, poof, vanished. Something better to do, maybe. Probably. I'm guessing. So, I'm going to wait for a few more people to come in just to add the air of, he's been stuck in the bedroom. I mean, assuming that you're not isolating, that you are handcuffed with that. Whoa, that was that's the one I'm looking for. Oh, what was that? Reunited and it feels so good. I wish I was reunited with my eBay sales, but I'm not. Actually, sales have not been bad, so I'm not going to say that they have been bad, but this shocking news is going to be, can I say shocking? I can, because I just did. This is, no, actually, the truth of the matter is, aloha, disgruntled octopus. Okay. So something happened over the weekend. I'm going to reveal. The big reveal is coming now. I'm going to show you something that's going to shock and amaze and terrify, mostly terrify. Good morning. I can't vamp anymore. I can't think of any more expletives. This news is so belligerent. This is bad news. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm going to go small. Check this out. Now, what you're looking at here is, I'm sorry about this little thing on the bottom here. I can't get rid of that. I actually had to switch to, there it just went when I said go away, and it went away. So maybe it's connected to Alexa. So what you're looking at right now is my my sales projectiles here. And this is the entire month. So you'll see on the 12th right here, I'm looking at this one right here. This is the last day I did a promoted listing. So the news is bad, but the news isn't terrible. It's just the end of no promotions at all. And you can see that I had 200,000 impressions, which led to, just under 750 page views. And then you see these. We've been wondering why my external site views were so high. Well, on Saturday, what's the date today? It's the 12th. So let's go backwards. So Monday is the 11th, and then the 10th, and then the 9th. I think, as you can see right here, around the 9th, all of a sudden they cut my external site page views in half. So my page views are halved now, and you can see they're stepping down. So this has not happened the entire time I've been doing the nuclear reset, which is to relist if you're not familiar. If I haven't drilled this into your heads enough, it's if you have around 2,000 items in your store, you can relist them every day if you have a $60 premium store. You can relist them, your entire store, every single day. And I did that. And sometimes you make it, I've made it actually both months I've been doing it. I haven't run out, but only by a few listings, free listings have I not crossed into having to pay. Hey Froze actually reached the limit, so he had to not do it for a couple of days. And but the important problem that I'm dealing with was on Saturday, we noticed that our page views had dwindled. They are halved. And you can see them right here. Can you see my pink mouse pointer right here? We're doing the exact same thing every day. I think if I go to the next one, you can see that just shows sales. Here, this goes all the way back to the October 1st when I was doing the regular reset, which was my store every 4 days. And that's what it looked like right here. So you saw how short the organics were on days I did not reset. But on the days I did reset, they were higher. And then on October 28th, I started to do, for 4 days, I did half my store each day. It's a 2,000 item store. I did 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. And you can see that I had, a good result. It changed this whole trajectory and made every day look like the first day of a reset. And so you can kind of see what's going on there with the blue. The lighter blue color is organic sales. Then on November 1st, I started doing a nuclear reset, but not a full, still not a full. A full nuclear reset requires you to do 0% promotion. That, I think I just added that on, but that's the true nuclear reset is relist your store every day and do not promote. So for 2 weeks, I didn't learn that lesson yet. So I was still promoting. The promotions went from 6% to 2.5%. I think you can see a little difference in the size of the promotions here. We're looking at impressions because it's easier to see here. Then on November 13th, I just started doing the nuclear reset with no promotions at all. So you can see for an entire month, it worked. And we had lots of impressions, which led to lots of page views. Now, when we look at the page views, you can see back here, my page views were much smaller. You're saying smaller. I'm comparing it to over here. So when you look at how much activities on here, where you have 200, somewhere between 100,000 to 200,000 impressions, it bought me between 170, well, let's say 200 and 500 page views. Then when we started to do the nuclear reset, it went from 200 to 500 page views to pretty much almost 500 page views. Then when we did the everyday nuclear reset with some promotions, minor promotions, you jumped over 500 page views and you were flirting with 750 page views. So then I jumped up to no promotions right here on the 12th or the 13th of November. And you can see that it really didn't change the trajectory of what was happening here. So with the external site views, with the organic views, no promotion, I was staying right about where I had the promotions, right up in here. So this kind of all stayed the same. Then somewhere around December 1st, I thought they kicked us into overdrive a little bit. And we got a little boost. We started to go upwards schemology for a second. And then we got to December 9th. I don't even know if I said any of the dates or months right, but I'm too excited about this. They turned it off. They turned off these external site page views that I was getting for free. We don't even know what these are, these page views. I can't. I'm still talking. But then I'm going to look and then I'm going to wish I had looked already. But anyway, okay, so I just want you to see here. Everybody affix your gaze upon the failing of the external site views starting on this last Saturday. Okay. I will come back over to the conversation. Boom. Hi. Back. I will scroll way up to where I saw the people happening. Stoic is in the house. Aloha. Jack says, going to listen to you in the background as I get some records ready to sell locally, as they don't sell on eBay any longer. I know, Jack. Well, hopefully I'm entertaining and frightening you. Although you probably don't care. You've given up anyway. I mean, I'm sure you haven't totally given up, but I've been like just waiting for more good things to happen. This is not one of those. And Jack says howdy. And Heyfro says he thinks eBay effed the reset, which I'm not sure if he's saying that in response to what he saw or if he's feeling that on his own. A.V. Eiler, hello, first-time commenter on YouTube and here to commiserate with everyone. Well, welcome, A.V. Eller. I like that name. It's got some nice vowels in there. Okay. I will go past the conversations. It could be because of offsite promotion push. That's what I'm gonna probably get to here, is that I think that that's what's going on here. Especially since I watched James starting to get some action from there. Although I saw Motorcycle Dork he had bad news on the offsite promotion thing, which is a pay-per-click promotion. So I'm not surprised he did, but it is bad. Stoic says he's been having some weird success. Can't complain, but I'm nervous about longevity. Yes, and of course, I've been waiting for the other shoe to drop this entire month, or 2 months, I guess, since we've been doing this promotion. I'm going to say, interestingly, though, I don't think my mouth is lined up with my voice. So mostly don't listen, just listen to us. Don't look at us, because it's so annoying when the mouths don't line up. But maybe they do. I don't know. I was going to say, wait, where do you get that particular graph? Joker night. I'm just going to say Joker, but I feel like it says something else. 1964. Where did you get that graph? That is on your performance page. That is your performance traffic. Performance traffic will get you this page. Matt Marg says the nuclear resetter is still working for me. Now, I haven't said it's not working as far as dollars yet. Spoiler alert. So I won't say that yet. The nuclear reset is still working for me. My external views are still way up. Okay. My page views are still up. I do not promote it. It doesn't result in huge sales every day, but overall it's working great. That is good to hear. That deserves an applause. Avi says, aloha and thank you. Exact same thing that Primo was talking about happened to me. I finally broke down and followed my boring reseller's life and signed up for the off-site promotion schwizzle. And, we're probably going to have to do that now. That's what I'm thinking. I wonder if Jamie predicted low fourth quarter sales because he was actually going to crush the views of those who aren't promoting. What I'm wondering is why would you do this at just like the last 2 weeks of the year? Oh, is this the end of the quarter? What are you saying? This is the end of the quarter? Turn off all of their views so they have to spend? Is that what you're trying to, sir? Do I have like a... Yeah, that's what I want. Oh, those weren't actual sales. Those were sound effects. Makes no sense, but I just made sense out of it because that is my entire thing. James is in the house peeking through the window behind Santa. Peekaboo James is in the house. Biff Boffo, I'm late, missed all the good graphs. It's not a great graph. They have shut off our external. I'll show it to you again right here. James would probably be very interested in this too, because we were wondering what these bottom lines here are. External views, which I was getting while not promoting, how high they are. And here on December 9th, all of a sudden, we're going downstairs with the external promoted views. They just literally turn them off. So you can see all this throughout the entire month that it's, actually increasing. Increasing. Manipulating manipulation of sales might not be the right words to use here, but manipulating of page views and graphs, we know they're going to do that because they have to manipulate and take away our page views to then charge us for them. But now you can see that, at least in my point of view, they are now getting rid of them. Now, here is a curious point. In order to increase sales, I did something last week. I want to say on the 3rd or 4th, for about 5 days, I ran a sale of 25% off. And then I started noticing, it ran for about 5 days, and then I started to know this stair graph going down here in my external views. Did the store, which is the only thing I've done other than nuclear reset in the past 2 months. I did take a nap, which was delicious. After we ate a lot of cookies, and then I took a nap. By the way, it was Sunday. Yes, Sunday. We looked at the graph. We saw the listings going down. Was feeling a little depressed. I'm like, I've come to the realization I'm not going to hit 100 pounds lost this year. I'm going to hit 95, probably, if I don't eat too much. But I'm not going to hit 100 because I like cookies too much, and it's Christmas, and I want to eat cookies. So that I can't give up on. I mean, my dream is still alive, but it's just going to have to be 95. I'm going to have to deal with that. I'm not going to do 100. It's okay. I also broke my ankle this year. I give myself a lot of old pats on the back. Ow. I think I just broke my arm patting myself on the back. Ouch. So we Saturday we saw that these were going down. We weren't getting any sales. And I'm like, that's it. We're taking a nap. So around 2:30, we went and took a nap. And I said, no, this is a mandatory family nap. Right, sweetie? And we all agreed. We agreed after I dictated it. And then we went to sleep from about, which in the Northeast, we get, it's dark at about 4. So we went to bed at 2 and woke up in a dreamlike state. And everything was dark. And all I could hear was cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. And like, you know how the pattern gets like there's too many people. Oh, I'm sorry. Too many people are buying at the same time. I forget what that sounded like. Where the cha-chings are like the cha-ching between the purchase and the cha-ching and the payment. They're overlapping. So it was like cha-ching. Here, I'll do it. This is what we woke up to. So it kept, and we were just like, this is amazing. We got up and we were rich. Not really. But we had a whole bunch of sales. So they made us sad, but then gave us sales. I'm not sure how that happened. And our weekend ended up very good because of that. I don't know what happened, but they definitely jerked away our external site views because James is paying for them. So they had to take them from me. I'm glad they're working though, because that's the main thing is all this promoted listing nonsense doesn't work. Well, it's hard to see it working, especially since they took away all of our page views to see that. So let me just let me go back up here, see if I can get back in here. Julie's in Canada. Aloha, Julie. Hey, Frozen, we have to promise our firstborn to eBay as well. And I think, did you say they are going to charge us to log on? Yeah, seriously. 700 item store, 840 page views on 125,000 impressions yesterday. Second highest impression total for the month. Now, let's quickly go back here. You can see my impressions have not fallen. Just page views. So before, impressions were higher than page views. During the day, this tiny little jammy over here. Are you seeing this? I can't tell if you're seeing it. Right there? Yeah, you are. So this little, like, because this is today, this would be outpacing the impressions, and we're just like, why are my external site views outpacing the impressions? That was a question I posed to viewers a little while ago, and maybe the answer was Google. And because I'm doing a emotional reset, I'm going to change the nuclear reset to emotional reset. I'm doing the emotional reset every day. And so and maybe that's why. But if it takes 3 weeks to get up onto Google, that didn't make sense. I just wasn't any sense to it. So I'm guessing what they did somewhere back here in October is they gave me all these external site views as they got them prepared to charge through the nose for them. Possibly this entire thing is to get Q4 numbers up like they did in June. June is when I lost my lunch. June is when I lost my whole, when everything went bad for us. A lot of people lost it in April, but we lost it at the end of June. So July is when we took a digger. And then I think we noticed it again October 1st. What did we know on October 1st? We didn't know anything. Yeah, they didn't really turn me on. See, this whole thing shows all the way back to October 1st. So, but then on October 28th, there was a huge jump. That's when I started doing the nuclear reset. But what accounts for having so much more organic view from the nuclear reset compared to this, I don't know. And then, of course, my organics are not dropping from the nuclear reset, from the emotional reset, but the off-site view page, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me go back in here. 700, right, so you have 1,700. I just wanted to look at that. So, yes, I'm getting about 200,000 impressions. I am getting, if I'm comparing directly to 125,000 impressions, I'm getting 200 currently, even with the downturn in page views. And wait, did you say 840 page views? I'm only getting, I was getting 750 and now I'm getting 500. So, you know, that's probably just the items we're selling, maybe. Jorajaha. I'm not sure what type of items you sell. I'm selling a lot of records. Records are flying out. So music. Let's just say music, but 45s. I have a lot of those. So those are, and they're all, I had a lot of Elvis and good condition records from a big estate, from a famous online disc jockey, or famous FM disc jockey. So they have a historical value, slight historical value. But I would say that my average price per sold, which might be a better indicator, is about $40-something. Good riddance to the dark blue bars. They don't convert to sales. Well, you know, I can't speak on that at all at this point because my impressions have not fallen. So if you're just looking at impressions, you'll notice nothing. Dark blue bars are off-site, external site views. So those perhaps artificially just in my graph push up the page views and mean nothing, or they mean something. But they definitely mean something, and it probably has something to do with pushing the off-site promoted pay-per-click. And pay-per-click is just a real, if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, it's a big money gouge. Please go watch Motorcycle Dork's video that he put out this morning on this very subject, and you will see a tragedy of off-site listings. And he's the first to say, I won't tell you exactly, just go look at it, and you'll just feel sad for everybody. And one thing I think Motorcycle Dork's got to do is not follow the suggested, but that's what he did as far as experimentation, and it just really, just go look at his video because it's there. Back to the number. Okay, so let me look at this. I guess I would guess it's about the new way to pay off site crap. Yeah, for sure. That it has to be. I mean, that's because I know it's working for you, James, and you would be one to get. That should work for you, being with a lot of numbers, with big numbers of items. That should work, or a whole lot. Well, it works for somebody who has a whole lot of items. I think it works a little bit better even for somebody who has a lot of the same items. And perhaps because you have so many, like hats, for instance, that's why it works for you. It doesn't have to be the same hat. Maybe it just has to be hats. So it might be categorical. I missed many videos lately from many YouTubers. Is the off-site ads working great? Julie, James has some positive. Motorcycle Dork has some super negative. I think that it depends on what you're selling and how you're selling it. Mostly what you're selling and how many of them you have. And there's huge difference between the two experiences that I'm looking at. And then there's mine, of course, which I don't really have any. But Motorcycle Dork sells motorcycle parts, which are one-offs and kind of expensive. And James sells low cost items, but has a lot of them. So, if you're selling a $15 hat and he's got hundreds and hundreds of them, offsite ads may very well work great for that purpose. Yes, Motorcycle Dork's thumbnail is totally awesome. Yeah, I absolutely love that. Pay-per-click is such a bad idea for resellers. Yes, it's bad. If you consider us a business, there are certain businesses that pay-per-click ads work great. So certain sections of resellers will be great. But people who are selling like Jeff Hayfroz, myself, and a lot of us, we're selling one-offs. Everything's a one-off. It does not work for that. That's my opinion. I do not think it does. Sad is what I really meant to say about Elvis. He said, wait, I carved my whole head out of Elvis and the rest of myself too. 1977 Elvis. Why would eBay ever digest anything that didn't suck max revenue for them? Right. I mean, aloha, Patricia. Nice to see you. Couldn't remember if I had already said hello. Suggest not digest. Either way, they digest our money. No, they will. It's just really interesting how they manipulate at the end of the month to get the fourth quarter, the money. Their desperation shouldn't be that transparent to me. I should not be able to see how desperate they are to make numbers. They should be hiding that from me, I think. And if this is if this is being transparent and I'm seeing it, that's stupid. So I just don't show it to the dumb resellers. We can just be all blissfully ignorant. I mean, I would prefer to be. Or I could go take another nap. Maybe that works more than once. I wanted to use my nap, so I got a card once. Not really. But I got a card once that said, take a nap, you'll get sales. Or maybe it was from liking this very, sometimes I heard, I did hear, and I'm not sure, maybe I'm part of the crew now, but John from Flippin' Ain't Easy said that if you like or subscribe, you will get a sale sometime within the next 24 hours. And I bet I did that. I bet I liked his video and I got those sales. That's probably where it came from. But if you do, you will get a sale within 24 hours. So like and subscribe below if you don't mind. That'd be awesome. Pay-per-click is only useful if you sell items that can be replenished. Yes. One-off used items have low to no benefit. Absolutely. That's the horn that indicates exactly. Disgruntled octopus had to untie his tentacles. Had to deal with his minions. Patricia Digest works too. Yes, it does. Matt Mark said the external views are usually adjusted after a few days. Sometimes they actually show higher on the day. I'm not noticing those adjusting. What I noticed was impressions adjust a few days afterwards, up to 72 hours. Impressions totally adjust. I was not noticing page views adjust, and now they're just not showing up. I'll show you again if you weren't looking over here. Right here, we see a huge drop in page views. That started happening on Saturday. And it's not my organic page views. That's in the lighter blue. It's these darker blue mystery ones, which are indicated as external site views. And I actually have other ones. Look at my other, I did other ones too. By others, I mean I have other graphs. Look at my graphs. So here on this graph, you'll see this shows, so this shows just this month. Let me see if I can get that. Go away. There you go. So this shows this month, and you'll see, you can just, easily see that I was about, I don't know, bouncing off 500 page views until Saturday when this blue just started stepping down. 9 nights, it says go to bed, go in the basement, go to the toilet. I'm guessing this little line here, because all 3 days it goes down a little bit further. And I'm guessing that's as far as I'm going to get on those external site views. Why did they do me first and not other people? I don't know. I'm guessing they'll get around to everybody eventually. But why the last, few weeks of the year, when this is the time for me to have more page views to get more money? Because they want me to pay. I'm not saying I was never against promoted listings. I'm not against them. I just am against being forced to do it. And it is the future. I realize that, but I will fight as long as I can to not. I will not pay if I don't need to. I'm obviously going to have to start doing that because, I need to keep my page views at a point that is, getting me the sales. But I can show you, this is an old one, so I don't need to show you that. Doodly, doodly. Okay, hold on. Where are you? Okay, go back here. So this one shows you all 3 columns, so you can see sales here. And I think sales are pretty self-explanatory here. Before I was doing any nuclear reset and promoting, I was doing the 4-day nuclear reset and promoting. You can see my sales were just in general lower. Then when I started doing the nuclear reset with promotions, they're fine. I mean, there's a big difference between this chunk of date and this one right here. And then I'm still getting 0 days, though. There's still days when I don't have anything. And then the next day I've got, it looks like 13 sales on. That was Saturday or Sunday we took the big cha-ching nap. Might have been Sunday because I see all the sales right here. They're huge. So we took a nap because we didn't have any sales on Saturday. Then we looked and saw our page views drop. Then we went, well, I did this. All my hair caught on fire. And I said, time for a nap. And I can't even remember the last time I took a nap, but I was like depressed. I was literally depressed. I was like, I got to take a nap. And then at the end of the nap, to wake us up was literally cha-chings. This means nothing. This just means that somebody bought a bunch of Elvis records and other things. So it wasn't like the same people, but it was good. And then we had a couple sales the next days. Now these are a $250 sale and something I can't remember, but you can't tell the amounts by the number of sales. But anyway, back to the big me. We're sitting here and we're scratching our heads. Yes. Oh, that was the Elvis comment. Yes, that is true. Stoic says at Danny. Okay, Danny, who's Danny? Danny, better response is to get stuff that sells. Yes. And then, so I think other people answered to that. Their prerogative is no, these unrelated. Danny, we are all just trying to list junk. Insert sarcasm. So Joker is saying that. And Stoic says, true, but I have a slower sell-through rate on items that are doing very well off platform. So it doesn't have to be something to do with eBay. it does have something to do with what eBay is trying to achieve. And yeah, Danny, welcome, Danny, by the way. Yes, I would like to comment on, I watched a video the other day from a young man. He's 28 years old, and his name is J-Ride on YouTube. And I'm not a smack talker unless someone else wants to talk smack first. And this is not a smack talk. He's doing well for himself on YouTube, and eBay perhaps. I don't know for sure, but he is a young person who is very motivated. I can see that. He's building his business in a certain way. And when I was 28, I did that too. And when I was 35, I made a restaurant. I made a tiki bar, 3,500 square foot with 30 employees. I would never do that again. Never in a billion years. So it's easy to say better response is to get stuff that sells. I have stuff that sells. That's not an issue. I can get other stuff that sells. I've got this is bad because I have a death pile that is humongous. I have offsite storage. I can't list fast enough. I'm a 54-year-old man. I'm twice the kid's age almost. Am I? Yeah, I'm 2 years shy of twice the kid's age, 28. And I say he's a kid because what he says on his video is just buy high sell-through rate items, 500%. Yes, you can do that. That is a hustle. He's a hustler. He's hustling. But that's not what I do. I'm not doing that. I've also had a bricks and mortar store where I've sold tons of stuff. I've sold a bunch of cars. I've sold everything. That's not what I want to do. I want to make a nice, solid little slide into retirement kind of business. And eBay has taken that away from me. I can no longer rely on a five-fingered income. I can no longer rely on a 5-digit monthly income, which is what I wanted and what we actually planned for. So she got crap canned after the pandemic, and we just stayed working together through the pandemic and to now. It's been working great. They've changed that. So I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at J-Ride. But, excuse me while I get this lip skin off of me. I'm not. He's great, and that content is great. But what he's saying is, in what Danny just said, is get better stuff. You can get better stuff. You can. I'm not going to, because that's not that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not going to go on and just source cameras, and I have a passion for what I sell. The music, the toys, this is stuff I want to touch and hold and love and not sell. I don't even want to sell the stuff I sell. It hurts me. So anyway, I digress. Danny, we are all just, yes, right, you said that. Okay, you were saying Patricia. Stoic says the thing about to Danny. Jack says, Danny, I had stuff that sold 24 years. Now I don't, at least on eBay. It's an eBay thing, not what I sell. And he's right too. I mean, this is definitely eBay messing with the system that we have all come to live under. So that has changed, and that's okay that it changed, but we're dealing with it. And Danny says, of course it is. What sold yesterday has nothing to do with what will sell today. But what I don't want to sell is fast fashion. What I don't want to sell is stuff will sell today, but eBay may not be our platform anymore. That's all. It has nothing to do with what will or will not sell. The idea, so I'm just going to continue with Danny because I want to hear what he has to say. The idea that it should be even is not rational. Wait, sorry. Of course it is. What you sold yesterday has nothing to do with what you sell today. The idea that it should be even is not rational. The stuff you sold yesterday in most cases is not there today. I'm not totally understanding what he's saying with that, but I'm assuming he's just saying that stuff changes with the passage of time. There's new people who are nostalgic for items. Those things will now be worth money. Well, I sell stuff from the 80s and 90s. Are you trying to tell me that stuff's not hot? Okay, because it is. I'm not selling clothing. I do not sell clothing. I'm not going to sell clothing. That is a whole different. That's a whole. clientele. It's a whole different way of doing things. Patricia's asking Danny how long he's sold. I wonder what Danny will have to say, because I see him down there. I'll get to you in just a second, too. Trying to keep up with the comments. James says, my response to those who say get better stuff, everyone has an answer, but no one has a clue. James is absolutely right, because you're not, eBay is what it is, but you're not changing the rules of business as a whole. You're changing the rules of eBay. eBay is one platform, happens to have been the best platform, but, they've changed. That's it. It's not the stuff. It's the eBay. It's the marketplace. It is not even the people. They've lost tons of customers. They're not gaining new customers. The ones that they're gaining, are we bringing? I know that's a whole different subject. But no, eBay is maybe messing up. I'm not sure. I'm not going to even say that. But if you get high sell-through rate items, you will sell all your stuff. That is true, Danny. I think that's a little bit... it's not taking into account the entire system. You're not taking into account a business. I mean, because in J-Ride's a good example. He's fresh. He's a freshman. He's not, let's see where he's at in 10 years. James has been on here for 22 years. I have trumped him with 24 years, and my name is James too. TM. James, 24. This is James at 24, right? Am I right? James at 24. Patricia says that, and then Jack says, it's pretty... Jack says that. I mean, Jack is just being annoyed because that is a, Jack sells specifically something that is very niche. So, what's happening is, someone like Jack is the first to get hit hard. The nicher you are in the niche that you are in, something that is antique-y, in an antique niche, you're going to get hardest. You're going to hit hardest first because the people that buy those items are shifting where they're buying them, maybe how they're buying them, those kind of things. So I don't think that Jack is a special because of the items they sell. If he wants to share what those are, that's fine. But I do think that it's, a very limited clientele, but it should still be, people should still go to eBay looking for, I want something. What do I get? And the way even my wife does this, spam over here, she doesn't go to eBay first. She goes to Google first. So because they have now they're starting to take away our external site views, this is probably really important. So when she goes to look for vintage stuff, she goes onto Google and types it in, and it will always pull up eBay, Etsy, different platforms. Pinterest, usually Pinterest, actually. So sometimes it's super annoying to search Google for items that you want. Let's see. Danny says, how long I have sold doesn't matter. What is going on today, what sells today is what matters. Yes, Danny, you are right. You are right. I think that you will find over time as you develop, I'm going to say that, I don't know how long you've been selling, but you sound like maybe you haven't gone through a couple of iterations of yourself, of your store, of your items. And a lot of us have. We've gone through, we know what sells. We know, we've gone through different trends and everything over course of years. So we have kind of a big, not all of us, but most of us have been selling for a decade, I would say. I mean, am I just making that up? I don't know. And maybe you've been selling for a decade and have been selling, Beanie Babies for that entire time. And you've cornered the market on Beanie Babies and you're the Beanie Baby man. And that's totally fine. And as Jay Ride says, he looks around on the internet, but that kind of drive and that kind of, you don't know specifically where your next thing is going to come from. I have tons and tons of inventories. Maybe that was my mistake, but I'm not having a hard time selling it. There's still plenty of people that want this stuff. It's just, Where am I going to sell it? What am I going to put my energy into? Because eBay has changed. That's it. That's really that's the bottom line. And maybe it's changed for Danny and J-Ride, you know, and Joker, 1964. Maybe it's changed for you. I mean, better for you, and changed bad for us. And for it to be bad for us, then it's good for you. And good. Good for you. Disgruntled Octopus says, agreed, James. It's just easier to tell people what to do. Yes, of course. But I think with experience comes an understanding that it's not that easy just to sell what people want, because I can go out and buy the same things J-Ride buys. I know how to do that. I can go to the places. I can go online. I can source. I don't want to do that. So I'm the jerk. Jack says, okay, I won't. Don't be mean to Danny, because he has his absolute right to say that, and he's not wrong. That's what shocked me about J-Ride's video. He says a whole bunch of stuff, and I like his videos. I mean, I'm watching them, so please don't. I'm not talking any smack here at all, except for this one point in the video where he looks off and he smiles, and I know the smile. It's the smile of knowledge and not wanting to say, something rude necessarily, but knowing that, what he's saying is just get stuff that sells, just get stuff that's better, and you'll do good. That is a true statement, but it's so without meat, bite, whatever you want to say. It's like, hey, I'm going to say it right now. Go out and get stuff that sells. That's how you save your eBay business. Wah, wah. Adoy. So that's an adoy moment to me. Jack says, disagree with what I just said. eBay killed my views overnight by 50%. Yes, mine too. Took away 50% of my sales. Just that. Can't find them now. Yeah. Nope. And Jack, no, might not even be, what I said about the items that you're selling. They're just so niche. But my items are not that niche, and they dropped my sales by 50%. They dropped all of our sales by 50% of people who are doing the old eBay game. They just dropped us by 50% so they could try to charge us for more. And we have so much data, and we've been watching it for so long. We just watched them do that. And that's because we didn't really have a choice. Everyone sell high sell-through rate items, so it will no longer have a high sell-through rate. Yes. James, that's true, right? Because you have to change. You have to change with the times. You can't just, so whatever. I don't want to dogpile for sure. Danny, I made a hell of a lot more money before they started raising fees for views. Yep. And they realized that, eBay did know that the future was not just making money off of our items. It was making money off of the promotion of our items so that we maybe could make money. I don't know if they really cared about our money too much. And I don't know what everybody pays for promotion like Danny. I don't know what he does. I don't know, specifics. I know what James does because he shows us. I know what I do because I showed you. Look, it's right there. I know what other people do because I've had conversations with them, like Jeff. But I don't know what Danny does. I don't know what J-Ride does. I do know that they buy the right stuff. My main point is that views obviously mean nothing. With this reset nonsense, Chemo has like double my views, but half my sales. Well, I don't, because my sales are 200. Well, in this particular case, sales, they don't indicate the amount of money or the time that I'm putting into my business. If I'm only putting in, 20 hours a week and I'm showing you these numbers, that means something. If we're not, though, by the way, we put in how many hours a week do we put in? Probably 40. I mean, we're not killing ourselves. We're watching movies at night. Is my brain always thinking about it? Am I always getting more items and cleaning them and testing them and preparing them? Yeah, I'm always doing that. Sometimes I don't consider that work, but it probably is. Probably should consider it work. Also, all of our stuff's in our house. So we do have one offsite storage, which is pretty big. But most of the stuff that is delicate, sensitive, is in our house. I'll show you a picture sometime. It's not. We live in this. By the way, when we were in our 30s, we had a house full of stuff, and then we put everything into offsite storage, and we spent $65,000 over a course of a decade or more. And then we were like, well, we don't want to do that. We want to have really low overhead and just tighten up our whole operation. So I feel like our numbers aren't huge, but our operation's pretty efficient and tight. And that's what you got to do in the future too, is our house is almost paid off. We have no bills, no bills. And those are things also to keep in mind, Danny, when you're figuring out at this very moment in time how high your sell-through rate is on your items. No, these are some long tail items, because that's how we built the business. James built this over many, many years onto these high, what are they called? Long tail items, low sell-through rate items. That is, it's not necessarily, I'm selling records that only a few, everybody wants them, but nobody necessarily has to have them until they're the right ones. And I do sell, there's a difference between long tail items that I sell and hot collectible items that I know when I put them up, they're going to sell in 10 days, within 10 days. Sometimes they sell that night. Sometimes, and because I'm relisting items every single day, it's always coming up as a brand new item. So if someone wasn't catching it or getting in their email, that's one of the good things about the nuclear reset. Your item looks fresh. So if someone just comes on, hasn't been looking for something for a while, comes onto eBay and goes, I want, this particular Elvis 45, mine's going to be at the top. So I'm using a technique to boost my visibility, which some point, my impressions again haven't dropped, just my page views. So that could also indicate that page views are just baloney, especially with what Danny says. He has half the page views, but his stuff sells. But that is because you're selling high sell-through rate items. And the more people that want those items, the higher the prices will go on those high sell-through rate items. There's a lot of items to sell out there. The high sell-through rate ones are popular, are also looked for by a lot of people. So your competition is going to grow, and then you're going to have to shift. And it's that whole thing. Come on. Patricia says views mean nothing. And of course, views mean something. They mean it almost everything, but it doesn't. So if you have a high sell-through rate item that's 500% sell-through rate, that means that you need, am I wrong by saying this, that you need a fifth of the views to sell it. So that just happens to be that. So because you're selling something that has a higher sell-through rate, that means you need less views to sell it. That's just math, and I'm not good at math. I'm good at, that's about all. I can count money. Who was I telling the other day that during the pandemic, eBay was so great. Oh, you didn't want me to say this, right? But I'm going to anyway. eBay was so great that I bought these money strips because, first of all, we were like, oh my God, there's so much money. We had so much money during the pandemic because eBay was just printing money, essentially, that we literally used $1,000 wraps on cash. But now I've just got a whole bunch of these cash wraps. So I don't think we were selling high sell-through rate items then either. But we had enough. We weren't. We were selling the exact same stuff. eBay changed. That's all. No, for sure not necessities. We're not selling cameras, although we have sold some, I think I said this last week, like we bought a whole bunch of HD equipment from CNN. That was that had like some real pro cameras, also pro audio. These little dongle things that do wireless. So like when you see somebody up at the podium and they've got all those microphones, those are all wireless, and each mic has to have a different wavelength or whatever in it. So you buy these pieces are pretty expensive for production TV. So they you know, I got them for $5. I sold them for $1,000. That kind of stuff. So yeah, that stuff that's great. But I'm not going to the CNN auction every day, and I got a really good deal, and I have some secret locations to buy that kind of stuff. So all depends on when I go there too. Jack does say that a lot of people are doing is moving items to others that show it. We get your point. eBay changed, and we're changing as well. We're moving things off eBay, and that's what Jack's doing. That's what Hey Froze is doing. I'm most certainly thinking about it now. I mean, I have not seen a slowdown in the money. So when I see slowdown in money, well, I already did. Back in June, I said, cut in half. But since then, I haven't seen the money drop again. While I'm watching page views drop, money hasn't dropped yet. But that's the other shoe that's about to drop. One thing I'll say about views on the reset, external views don't lead to sales for me. Organic and promoted do. Yeah, I mean, that's obviously my next move is to promote. So Danny said, I stopped looking at your nonsense videos a while ago. Hey, Fro, so it's not even. I don't know why you'd say that, but no, of course his views, he's expressing his opinions on things. It's not. I've never watched a Hey Fro video I thought was nonsense. That's for sure. I think that the fact that Danny's on, watching right now shows that he wants entertainment, YouTube-oriented entertainment, and I guess he'll pick the people that he believes in. But I think the more information you have and the more people you watch, the better picture you're going to have of the entire thing. Because there's a lot of, talk about nonsense videos about YouTube. There's a ton of people out there just putting out garbage, and you don't see their numbers. So I think it's important to look at people who show you their numbers so you can really understand what's going on. Biff says eBay was so great. How great was it? It was so great that I said a swear, but I turned down my mic. Just Kath said, I searched eBay for an item and it returned by brand 2,100 items in Australia. When I typed in the brand and refined that search to exactly where those items should be, only 46 items. There's a lot of problems with the search due to keyword spamming in the item specifics, and maybe they'll figure that out. But I don't see how they would just have to actually have pertinent item specifics all in a drop down. You can't enter your own. That's the only way to get rid of that. Stoic says, Danny, what's the point? Just get a thrill of trying to debate on a losing subject. Yeah. I mean, Danny wants to say stuff. He said stuff. I'm not going to refer to Danny unless he says something else because we know. My phone was stolen. Haven't been able to get back on IG. What? 80s has a stolen phone. Do you need me to look it up and track it down? We'll go get him. Let's go track it down. Hope it's not at Danny's house. Danny, did you take his phone? Stoic says, at JL, he may be a troll, but the info he spouts has no context, just rehashing worn out talking points. Yeah. But that's not a troll. That's just a guy with something to say. And, I think I hope he never does have to feel this way. It's not a good feeling to put this much time and effort into a platform. I mean, I'm a booster. eBay, yay. But, I like the colors. I like the way the website's laid out. They've definitely given us way too many analytics and stuff that we don't know what to do with, and that certainly makes us anxious, I think. That's basically what eBay has done, is just turned like half of their sellers anxious. I like big sales and I cannot lie. That's hilarious. Biff Boffo says, I have a theory that when sales were cut in half in April, as they have, and I do think what happened, because my sales went up in April, May, and June, and then dropped in July. So they can't do everybody at once. So they are, I don't know how they split it up or what server you're on or what happens. But they definitely do it at different times. So now that I'm seeing my my external site views go down like this, I'm sure other people will be seeing it too that haven't already seen it. I'm sure not first. I'm somewhere in the middle, I imagine. Yeah, totally. Jack, absolutely. At Primo Kimo, can you imagine how great eBay would be if they worked on the glitches and promoted to bring in buyers instead of losing 24,000 accounts a day? Yeah, well, what I think they're doing, Jack, is I think they messed up the site with all this new gobbledygook that with all their analytics and with all their algorithm, just everything they've done. What happened? Okay, I'll get there. With everything they've done to this site, I'm positive they had a good idea through hiring outside third-party consultants to think they knew what was going to happen. But I'm pretty sure they totally don't know what's going to happen. And they weren't totally expecting all this because their amount of positive affirmations of what they're doing is too high. Thou dost protest too much, but opposite. So they're just saying everything is so freaking great when we know it's not. We know it's not. We can see them manipulating stuff in the back office. We know that they're messing with stuff. Now, this may have been planned, but I don't think that they weren't sure as to how this was all going to play out. And the problems that they're having, I'm sure they weren't prepared for. Not completely, anyway. Hey, Froze, Jeff says, because of the time many of us have put into the platform, the current state of eBay is very triggering. Yes, Danny is likely a new seller who hasn't experienced what we have. He will at some point. Yes, and I hope it's not bad, Danny. I hope Danny doesn't. You know, I don't want people just to suffer. We're suffering. There's no doubt. And this is going to drive us to other sites, which are going to have growing pains. There's nothing awesome about this. I still feel, and I know some of you won't agree with me, but I still feel grateful to eBay for what I do have sitting in my house, not going anywhere. I mean, we go places, but I'm saying I'm glad to be here working with you. She does not have to go out to a job anymore, which stunk. And every day she'd come home from work and she'd like decompress. She's like, oh my God, so this happened and this happened. It was horrible. And I cried. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to deal with your job. But I'd have to. I know. It's much better having her here with me where we can hug each other. Nothing goes wrong except for what? We take naps. Yeah, we take we have to start taking a emotional nap every day now. So the emotional reset, the state of the emotional reset is not great. Yes, but Jack, yeah, that would be great if they would focus on that. You know, they might be wanting to lose those 20,000 accounts a day. I mean, you're saying buyers, they're probably losing a lot of sellers too. So I don't know how that all works, but you don't want to lose the buyers, and we know that's not right. Oh, what? Wait, no, then Hayfro said that. And then James says, where's James? Oh my goodness. eBay said today when I called in that they no longer remove my negative feedback on items delivered, yet the feedback states not delivered. Huh? She said they do not have the power to touch feedback any longer? Huh. Well, that's gross. I better not get any bad feedback. I mean, I haven't even done anything wrong. I mean, I did ship 245s to the wrong people. one guy shipped it back. I refunded him. He shipped it back, but the other guy never refunded it. But the guy who, I'm sorry, the one guy didn't ship it back, but the guy who shipped it back got refunded, and I sent the record that he got instead of the other guy. This isn't making any sense. So I sent it to the guy who was supposed to get it, and he never sent me the one back for the other guy. So, whatever. I made one mistake. So sue me. eBay's trying to sue me. But no, I don't mess with my feedback, please. That'll make me jump off the curb. Stoic says, the great thing is once you are monetized, the haters and trolls will be making you money. Yes, exactly. And I am so close, by the way. If you could do me a solid, people. James did the other day. He sent some people my way. Thank you so much, James. If you don't mind, if you don't mind subscribing, that would be awesome. Because at 1,000, which I'm somewhere up at, I don't remember. I was at 920 something. So in 80, I can be monetized. I still need a few more watch hours, but I think those will come. I need about 600 more watch hours, which could be as few as 3 videos. So 924. So if you go subscribe, I mean, at least till I get over 1,000, then you can get monetized and you can unsubscribe. But don't, but you could.
Do you have to maintain 1,000 subscribers?
I don't know how that works. I'll learn the rules the hard way by stepping in them. Hey Frost, I'm sure he's someone who has stuff he sold and probably too low of a price and made sales, and now he's an expert. Yeah, it's true. I mean, people. That's just sad, James. Hey Frost says that's just had in response to James's comment about feedback. eBay is really deteriorating into a nonsense e-commerce platform. I'm not sure what is going to become. The future is still unclear to me.
Can we file a case or something to have it removed?
Well, I don't know. We'll have to wait till we get one. My understanding about the feedback system is this, that if you are a top-rated seller, it is not written anywhere, but you get, I think, just one freebie a year. So they will remove no matter what. This was told to me by someone who learned this a long time ago, so they may have gotten rid of that. If you have an enterprise store, however, which doesn't James have an enterprise store? You get 10 a year, I thought. They removed 10. So maybe that's all over with.
Oh no, that's bad.
Let's see. Oh, deteriorating into the platform. Primo Chemo, so follow me. They took half our sales. I won't consider eBay viable until you can promote to get back. Yes, that's true. Boom. Absolutely true. Jack, who cares about promotions if you get back to where you were? Am I right? So that's the problem, is they had to take away half of our sales, but they have to give us headroom so they can keep over gouging us. It's the whole thing. I know. Oh, hug each other. Yeah, we hug. You have to hug every once in a while and take naps. Losing buyers is inevitable in a huge way now that 99% of their items aren't seen on Google. Yeah. Well, we'll have to see how this all sorts out. I mean, he turned off Google's. Well, by say he, I'm saying Jamie, the king of eBay. He turns off all the sales at the end of the year. He turns off the Google page views at the end of the year. Mine are dropping like flies at December 9th. That's when unpromoted external page views are dropping precipitously. And he's waiting till the end of the year because he knows that will hurt me. He's stepping on my nuts is what he's doing. Sorry. But that's what this makes me feel like. Someone is just absolutely grabbing hold of something and twisting. And because he knows I need to buy G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. I need to have money for the second half of the year. It's supposed to be the big money part of the year. So I'm going to be so desperate that I'm going to turn on my off-site listing pay-per-click listings. which I'm not going to do. But that.
Real Musings 14, new subscriber.
Aloha, welcome new subscriber. Welcome. Like a fly, wait, like a spider to flies? No, spider. Flighter to spies. Like a spider to flies. Like a slider, like a burger slider. I'm hungry. A spam slider. The next year is working on other platforms to send my eBay customers to. Jack? Yes. Jack, you get a standing ovation for that. I think that's the call. I mean, we'll wait and see how this year plays out, because that's what, we plan to do, is not do anything till the end of the year, just to see what happens. But we can see this is going to continue, this assault on long-time eBay salespeople. I agree. We're going to have to diversify. That's just, yeah. AV Eller says, I just signed up for another platform today and realized it's easier to list on that platform than eBay. Hopefully just as easy to get paid from. Time will tell. Yeah, for sure. I mean, not only that, but we need to, eBay was difficult. And so we were willing to go through that difficulty to keep up with them. And here we are. So I imagine almost every platform is easier than eBay. I worry about trust and safety. That's my big thing, because I have worked so hard to keep a squeaky clean store, top rated seller, all that stuff, because I felt like it benefited me. But now it doesn't, because I am one of the top rated sellers and my stuff is going down. My page views. I can get different stuff. Jack says, seriously, when eBay is working the way Jamie wants it, what percentage of your sales you'll have to give them? Well, if he's using the mall example, about 80%. I mean, when you have a store in the mall, you go home with 20%. After all your bills, you make about 20%. To be honest, that would be okay. I mean, you just have to.
And then you just have to sell a ton of stuff all the time.
Yes. And by the way, that brings up something, and I'll try to get to the rest of these comments. Another person who had a great video this week was Tech and Sports. And he talked, and I think it's called The Problem with Promoted Listings. And the problem is promoted listings in and of itself. It's a race to the top. Like, you have to keep paying more than the next person. And he gave sort of a rundown of 3 types of stores that'll be successful in this program. And I don't know if I can go watch his video. And we're one of them. And I'm wondering, and this also goes for you, Hey Froze, Jeff. When we talk about, so I'm getting a certain amount of dollars every month right now. And then people have tried up until now to, for instance, I'm going to list now double the exact type of items, but list twice as many. So my store will go from 2,000 to 4,000. And I think some people feel like that doesn't work. But what I'm wondering if it now might work because of all these different changes. Is it possible that this theory of doubling your, if you're doubling it with the exact same type of items, like for instance, even 45 records, if I'm just going to list the exact 45 records again, will I double my sales? And it's possible that with this current iteration of eBay, that may now work. I'm going to give it a shot though. I am for sure. I'm always surprised how eBay folk avoid Etsy. Well, you're over on Etsy, so, we'll give it another shot. I think probably just hearsay wasn't that great. Our experiences on Etsy have been good, right? Have we had any bad experiences on Etsy? Purchasing?
No.
Yeah, so I even think a long, long, long time ago, I sold a couple things on Etsy. Way, way back in time. Trail Musings is the new viewer. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. We'll give you another horn, even though I horned you earlier. I've been taking a small break from content since Maria is back. Let's wait until next week to do live. Okay, that's fine. Jeff is not going to be here tomorrow. I might, we'll see if I have anything to say tomorrow. I might just go on. I mean, we don't have Josh Galt, so there's like this void of yapping in the middle of the day, and I might have to fill that in a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I can. Yeah, that's what I got. That's one of God's gifts. I can talk a lot. Patricia, and that's fine. So we'll come back. So for Hey Froze, that's usually 2:30 on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. He'll be back next Wednesday, which will it still be this year? Yeah, it will be. So he'll be back on the 20th, Wednesday the 20th. Ooh, that'll be like just a pre-fun Christmas show. But I may just come on just to keep that time slot warmed up tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah, I'm just going to do it tomorrow since I'm already... I may just do it for an hour. That way I can keep it. See, we're already at an hour 15, but that's fine. I'll be here tomorrow. Should I do it at 1, though? Like Josh Galt did?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do it tomorrow at 1. And then we'll just do it from like 1 to 2. Right? Can you see any pitfalls in my ingenious plan? Tomorrow at 1. We'll do tomorrow at 1. Because even if I just do it for an hour, we don't have any appointments. Do I have a foot massage scheduled? Do you think at 1? Or
You can do that during the show.
okay, she's gonna massage my feet during the show. That'd be awesome. But she'll be up here, so she can talk and hear what's happening with nothing. There's nothing to hear, but except for my beautiful voice barking back at me. Yeah, it must be so great to have your wife back home. Here goes a horn for Hey Froze and Maria. Yay. It's so good. I love it when she's around all the time. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. I mean, it's surprising how tolerant we both are of each other living together. I mean, in the same house for 3 years. Straight is cray. No, we're doing it. Jack says he has a Macari account already. Okay, let me try to get through these. Jack asked a good question about what's my bottom price for posting 45s. Yeah, I don't do anything. $10 is too low. So I guess it would be, just a little above that. I mean, if I have a $16 45, which I don't necessarily expect Barbara Streisand to sell at $16, but I will take, and I get people that buy them every once in a while, and I only have, I would say, near mint excellent, near mint at $16 for Barbara Streisand. I wouldn't put up a very good version of Barbara Streisand. It would have to be near mint so that I could at least get $12 if I gave out an offer or something. Patricia says, yes, eggnog edition. Oh, yeah. That'll be my last eggnog of the year. We had to stop drinking eggnog because we drank it all. There wasn't any at the store. We're like, well, I guess we drank too much eggnog. In fact, we drank so much eggnog, we had to get vanilla eggnog. It wasn't even regular eggnog. It was vanilla. And I've mentioned how it literally tastes like melted ice cream, which is good. But then you just drink it like a maniac. Which is why I'm not going to lose 100 pounds this year. Just 95. Just eat. We need a show and tell every week. Yeah, I do. I thought that, you know what I was going to show and tell? I was going to show and tell this because I haven't hung this back up, but it's my X-Wing fighter. And it's actually mine. And you can see who's piloting that. That's right. It's a weenie whistle in the front seat and ET in the back seat. Because that's how I roll. Let's see, United, and it feels so good. AV Ayler says all the cool stuff that you didn't sell because it wasn't seen. Yes, exactly. Just Kath says, we are all saying that to ourselves. I mean, how many times have we sang that? I mean, I've typed it to him a couple times because it's so apropos. Patricia, I have not tried the cheesecake yet because mainly because I'm trying not to eat any more sugar, like any more fattening stuff till the end of the year, because I was really trying to get under that 100, but I'm just not going to kill myself. I don't have to do it this year. It was made, that promise was made in January before I broke my ankle, which set me off a couple months. So I just used that. That's good enough for me. But yeah, we're going to try that at some point. I mean, we may get to it. We did have, oh, I think I popped my button. Too much nog. We had some pecans the other day, and it reminded me of making that. Hey, Bros is saying Maria is currently making avocado toast. That's so sweet. Sweetie, can you make some food for me? Oh. He's a candy cane. That's awesome, Jeff. She got out at just the right time. It's getting hot in are you in Australia? Just Kath is in Australia. Last day was 40 there. Oh, you guys are talking that fantasy temperature. It's like the world, like they want to be anti-American, so they just make up a whole new metric system. Come on. That doesn't even sound. No, yes, I understand that, Patricia, but I didn't want to eat all the other things in it, which are also delicious but highly caloric, but they're not sugar. I'm not going to. Yes, no, I understand. In fact, we were trying to decide what type of sweetener was the best. I found that maple syrup was the best sweetener. No, of course that's a joke. Let's see. Just Kath says, haha, nice. She must be outrunning our time zone. Almost 8 a.m. toast time. What time is it right now? Because we've been on here for 1:20, right? Let's see. Oh, got it. Keto is high calories. Yeah. I'm trying to, yeah. Anyway, yes, we'll be making that soon. I did want to just try to make my finest effort to lose 100, but we'll see. So I did get to the bottom of the chats. Oh, what's this right here? Oh, YouTube chat. Oh, look, you can open it up. Wait, it says open in web browser. YouTube chat. I'm not going to do it in case that kicks me off or something. I was trying to heart myself, but it caught me. Yeah, why have you always been Celsius down in Australia? I mean, I guess it only makes sense that it's and it's easy to remember. Okay, so let me show you one more time so then I can go take a nap. It's almost nap time. Small. Okay, so here's what we said. Oh, wait, I could show you. Hold on, let me show you. I'll show you for real. This is live. Windows, go turn that off. Okay, so this is my actual live up to date, like right this second. If I turn this, does that make it? I don't know. Oh yeah, now I made it big. I don't think you can see all that though. Can you? Oh, there you go. Okay. So you can see here that right here on the blah, blah, blah. So on, what day is that? December 8th, which was Friday? December 8th was Friday. So on December 8th, you probably can't see all these tiny little numbers. I'll just read them to you. Where it says my external site views were 488. Then on December 9th, my external site views were 269. Then 203. Then 181. And today they're at 179 so far today. But I think it's just going to cap me. I don't think it's going to allow me to go above. At least that's how it's been working. You can see it's only 2 views shy of yesterday's, and I think they're just capping me super low. And it's a cap. For sure. Interestingly, you'll notice that my impressions have not gone down. So how do my impressions stay up, but my page views are affected? It's mind-boggling. You can see, and then you can see my sales. These are just units that sold, not amount of money. But it didn't really affect. It hasn't affected yet. I mean, with these stubby little bar graphs, it doesn't. It's not very impressive. But you can just see that it's not necessarily affecting sales per se. We'll have to see. But anyway, that's enough of that. It's happening. The nuclear reset is they're doing something to get the last of the free external site views. So, hey, Motorcycle Dork is in the house. We were talking about your sexy picture up on your video today, and sending people over there to watch. You should make a calendar, Motorcycle Dork calendar. Yes, and I'll be in it. We could all be in it. We can all be in the eBay reseller calendar. But I was talking about, I didn't give away all of your information, but I most certainly talked about the fact that you experienced not beneficial outcome with the external site promotions. And James has had some good success with it, and it has to do with the items. So he has a whole bunch of a similar item, and you have one-offs. And go watch his video, Motorcycle Dork on YouTube. Go watch that. He put it up this morning, and it's a frustrating portrait of reality of what eBay has become for those of us who aren't choosing to just buy any old thing that sells. We're not necessarily, unfortunately, I think a lot of us have passion, and we have a passion for what we sell. I think that that's an important thing. I mean, I don't necessarily envy a business owner, who sells stuff just to make money. It is a thing to do. You must do that. But passion is a part of life. Passion is something that makes life worth, that making money is a great thing. Having money to have experience and stuff is a great thing. But if you're doing something that sucks to make money, your life isn't fulfilled. You have to enjoy what you do. And I think that, some people do enjoy just selling any old thing on eBay to make a buck and get excited about making that buck. I'm not saying that's not also something that you can do, but I definitely love all the things I sell, except on our other eBay store where we put all the stuff I don't like to sell, which I don't like because that's why it's in a whole different store. And I consider it on the other side of eBay. It's not even close to us. So we keep a lot of separation. So I say so a lot, and I go, both things I don't like. But I keep doing it because, I don't know. I can't stop myself. So.
Okay, got it.
I know. We run out of time. We run out of, my brain has quit firing on all cylinders. It'll just be a bunch of so's and clicks for another hour. So it's been hour and a half. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Motorcycle Dork, Jeff, Patricia, Jess, Kath, so many, James, My Boring Reseller Life was here. Jack, AV, keep that thing rolling. 6x6. Wait, I can't hear you. Oh, Danny, thanks for coming, Danny, giving us something to talk about. Look at that, Moronic Pest was here. Sorry I didn't see you. 6x6 is here. 80s, lost his phone. That's too bad. Biff Boffo was in the house. Trail Musings is our new subscriber. Please subscribe and like this video if you don't mind. I'm getting very close to 1,000 so I could monetize my videos and jam a whole bunch of ads you don't want to see in there. Stoic Reseller was here. Yeah, Joker 1964 was here. Everybody was here. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Hey Froze won't be back until the following Wednesday at 2:30, but, you know, it's confusing. Whatever. Tomorrow at 1, though, right here. We'll see you then. Adios. And aloha! I forget what continent I'm on.